Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I am in my account today. I promised you a couple days ago, I built a Archmage Hellmut team, 2-1 ratio team. It's kind of a crazy comp. It's Archmage Hellmut and Seeker, and I told you that I would have a 2-1 team for Ultra Nightmare with lower speeds. Well, that was sort of true. I had a tune ready, but it was for Nightmare. I didn't realize it was for it wasn't for Ultra Nightmare. So I had to go back in and, man, I've been spending the last couple of days trying to figure out an Ultra Nightmare tune, but I did it. I found it, I built it, and guys, just like the title of this video, man, one key Archmage Hellmut 2-1 ratio team. This team is insane. I'm going to let you know up front, I'm bringing crazy champions, crazy gear. They're all stacked 100%, but just a bonkers tune, guys. This was exceeded all of my expectations. I was going in thinking we'd maybe get to a 2-key level. This team is insane. The run is insane. You definitely want to watch this full thing. But that said, guys, yeah, God, it was crazy. Hey, but here's the thing, though. With the champions, normally I would show you all the gear and everything they're wearing so you get a full idea of that. I'm not going to do that. This is going to be a long enough video as it is because I do want to show the full run here. So instead, go ahead and there's going to be a link down below in the description of this video as well as in the comments, the pinned comment of this video. And that link is going to show you a GameOn clip that I made that's going to show you all the gear of all my champions. So I'll go through their gear. I'll go through their masteries. You can see that right there. It's not longer than 5 minutes. It's a GameOn clip, guys. They're real short. So if you want to see how these champions are built, that's what you're going to want to check. And you're probably going to want to see at the end of this video, I'm pretty sure. That said, we are also running a contest, which I'm actually really excited about. And if you guys you have your GameOn account, you want to send some clips, you have a chance to win $250. Basically, Clash with Ash is going to run he's hosting this contest. He's going to have a video on it, and it basically goes until March 12th. Let me show you the thing. There you go. GameOn ClipOff. That's what it is. So basically, you make a clip and you tag it with these hashtags. You're going to tag it with those hashtags, GameOn ClipOff, Raid, and Ash, so that we can find those videos. And then you're going to tag it also with a category that you're going to place this video under. So the categories are right here. You can see it: Best Team, Epic Poll, or LOL. So if you have anything that works in those, go ahead, tag those clips, and you get yourself a chance to win $250 from Amazon. This Amazon GameOn ClipOff contest should be pretty fun. So that's going to be going down March 12th, I believe it is, and it's going to be on Ash's channel, so you'll want to check that out. That said, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the calculator because this is what I want to show you guys, how I built this and what we're doing. So here you go. This is the tune, guys. It is a full 2-1 ratio team right here. Now the speeds, so you have an idea of that. I'm not trying to keep anything hidden from you guys. So the speeds we have Godseeker Aniri 238, Archmage Hellmut 268, Rosin's 239, Brago's 217, and Valkyrie 264 speed. Now there is some leeway with some of this stuff, but these are pretty close to the minimums on those speeds. So you're going to want to kind of stick with that. As you can see here, these are the tunes. We have a 2-1 ratio. Archmage is going last in the order, so you're not going to be able to block debuffs with this. This is not a affinity-friendly team. Archmage needs to crit on its A1 to get the 20% turn meter boost. Otherwise, it's just 10%. That type of difference can definitely throw off a run. So my guess is even if he doesn't crit, you'll eventually fall into this, but I can't tell you when. So this is not a particularly affinity-friendly team. As you can see, it does fully sink in here on turn 6. We get pretty close here on turn 3, but turn 6 is fully in sync. We are using Valkyrie actually to put up the shield to block the stun. And because of that, whoever's taking the stun, in this case is going to be Rosin, we're going to allow that the shield to carry all the way through the first AoEs. It's going to get extended here from Godseeker Aniri. So that shield will last us both through the stun all the way through the first AoE, and then we'll get a fresh shield for the second AoE. This is going to help us last extremely long in this fight, guys. We have Iron Brago bringing the increased shield, increased defense buff for us, not to mention the passive that he brings to help us all stay alive a really long time. It's going to be great. Because we're extending those debuffs, we're extending the buffs, I should say, with Godseeker, we're going to have increased crit rate, increased crit damage, increased defense, on us the entire fight, and counterattack is going to be on us for pretty much every attack as well. The only person that's not benefiting is actually Archmage right here for the first AoE. Archmage is not a damage dealer, so that's not a big loss for us. This team is bonkers, guys. It's bonkers. Setting it up isn't that hard. It just takes a couple delays here, and right about halfway through turn count 1, we can click auto and run it. So that's the team. That's how it looks in the calculator. I will obviously have links on the website for this, so you'll want to check that out. Boy, guys, this is a bonkers team. You're gonna have to watch this. All right, I just got finished running it. It is nuts. So that said, let's go ahead and yeah, watch the run. Okay, guys, so I've had to struggle a couple times with this, and I forgot I had the masteries on Archmage Hellmut were for just general area stuff. So I had to switch those. Now I got it fixed. It's all set. So this should work pretty good for us here. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. That was a little frustrating, honestly. Trying to figure out, like, what's going on? Why isn't this working? But yeah, here we go. So we're going to go and start with the A1 here with Archmage. Get that turn meter boost. That is the tricky part, okay? You need that turn meter boost on that A1. That first one, it's a one-time. He doesn't have the increased crit rate buff on himself. So you either got to build him with 100% crit rate like I currently have, or you got to just, you know, get lucky on that. You can always restart if you don't get lucky. That's really the only spot where you got to worry yourself about. Get that A2 from Rosin. Go ahead and get the extension here from Godseeker. And then Iron Brago is going to put up the increased defense buff right there. We have basically just a little bit more manually, and then we can go ahead and click auto. The way it's set up, the stun is going to go to Rosin, which is perfect for us. He's going to be missing key buffs at the right times just to get us into this. We're going to get the increased speed buff from Archmage there. A1 here with everybody else. And basically we just need to do one round of A1s here, and then we can go ahead and click auto. Most importantly, it's Iron Brago here with the A1. And we click auto, and we're good to go. And the reason why I did that is because I want Iron Brago to have 2 chances to land that decreased attack with the AoEs. That's going to be pretty crucial to make sure that those are up. So I'm not as worried about the first one, but the second one is definitely going to be vital. So that's why we have it timed the way we do there. And that's pretty much it. That's the run. Yeah. You're going to want to pay attention. You notice he didn't have increased defense there, hence Rosin taking the stun. He is in the lead. With the shield and the full health, it's not going to be an issue for our team. If that is something that you need to worry about, you're definitely going to want to have to, you know, do what you can to make sure you guide the stun to the right target. But that's because that's going to be pretty important. You can't have Archmage take it. You can't have Sandlash Survivor or Godseeker, if that's who you have in the team, take that stun either. But anybody else should work out just fine. Depending on who you use, obviously. Like the timing of all these champions is synchronized. So if one of anybody but Rosin gets hit, it is going to throw off different aspects of the run and make us not as viable to survive. Doesn't mean we won't survive, just probably not quite as viable. Now, keep in mind, there's no poison in this composition, right? So that's going to definitely lower our damage threshold. If I had a Draco instead of Rosin, I would be very happy about that. That would work out really well for us. The way I do have it timed is Valkyrie is going to put the shield up right before the stun there. That's going to make us pretty much unkillable for the stun, which is great. And because of that, it's going to carry through to the AoEs as well. The only person we'd have to worry about is that stun target, but probably not going to be much of an issue until like much later in the fight. So I'm not as concerned about that. We could always switch up the timing so that Valkyrie's putting up the shield for each AoE and not worry about the stun as much. It's a balancing act. You got to know your champions, know your team. I'm pretty confident Rosin's going to be able to survive longer this way than the other way, but it is a bit of a gamble, to be fair. That said, you know, you can see we're getting all the buffs up before each AoE pretty much for the entire fight, which is fantastic. We're getting counterattack for pretty much everybody. Everybody has increased crit rate and damage for the entire fight, which is awesome. We have the increased speed the entire time. All of that is really, really cool. One thing I was worried about is that Archmage wouldn't cast his buffs if they were already up on everybody. That doesn't seem to be the case, which is excellent. Finally, we have some decent AI working here. So that means he is going to be very regular with placing those buffs, which is great for us. So, yeah, that's the team. Obviously, it's very tricky using Archmage because of that turn meter boost, but in spite of that, we were able to get something working here. Now, you can bring in Lydia instead of Godseeker or instead of Sandlash Survivor. You can bring Sandlash Survivor in as well if you don't want to use Godseeker or don't have her. The only trick if you bring in Lydia is you're not extending the buff. So you're not going to have increased crit rate the entire fight. You won't have increased crit damage the entire fight. You will have increased speed, though, for the full time. So that's the benefit there. And Lydia obviously brings decreased defense and weaken and other things that make different teams a little bit more viable. The strengthen buff is always really nice, too. So there are ways to do that. You just have to mess with the timing of skills, and it can work with these same speeds. I love Godseeker. She hits so hard, and the extending of the buffs makes it a lot easier to make the full team work and synergize. You can also bring in like 2 towers and make this work. Now, Archmage does go last in this team, so you can't use a Warcaster to stay unkillable, but you can use a Roshguard the tower. You could use 2 of those and stay unkillable with this squad. That's a very viable alternative as well. Probably would put them in the Rosin and Iron Brago slots would be my recommendation, but you could put them in the Valkyrie slot if you wanted to as well, any of those 3 spots, and then you'd have 1 champion doing your DPS. I suppose that would probably be your slowest champion, the Iron Brago spot at the 217 position there. And I believe you could probably even run them in a Relentless. Oh, you can't because of the speed boost. Never mind. You can't run them in Relentless, but you can still run them at 217, 218, and be very successful. So, yeah, it's a pretty flexible comp. You can see we're already in that 2-1 ratio and being pretty regular here. Godseeker Aniri is doing a pretty decent job of healing our guys, which is great. The shield obviously is doing most of the work and keeping us safe there. Thank you, Valkyrie. She's pretty amazing. So let me get myself off the screen. I'll let you guys watch this, and yeah, we'll see how long this lasts. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Not expecting that. I was like, maybe we'll do like 40 million damage. We just did 82 million damage, guys. Just did 82 million damage. That's a ridiculous amount. By the way, I want to point this out for you guys. Godseeker did 20 million. Brago did 19. And Rosin over here did 22. I mean, granted, Rosin's losing one of the attacks, right? But holy crikey, does Godseeker hit hard. Oh my gosh. I'm shocked. Godseeker was amazing. Not only did she hit hard, she kept everybody pretty full health too. Being able to use that A2 ability multiple times, that's a pretty sizable heal that she drops on people. Not to mention A1 does a little bit of healing on top of that. It was... Well, let's just say this was unexpected result. It's a crazy run, guys. I cannot believe we did that much damage. It's nothing like I had expected. Absolutely nothing like I expected. So, I mean, just nuts. Just nuts. If you guys like this, please hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell, like the video, because, like, these kind of comps take me days to put together. I mean, they're worth it, but boy, they're exhausting to do. And I think it's just super, super cool. Make sure to hit up the website. That's where you're going to find all these comps. You definitely want to use the calculator if you're trying to build yourself a clan boss teams. These champions are out there, guys. You can find these comps too. I get a lot of them sent to me. You know, I'm still trying to find as many as I can as well. But you know, this is a lot of fun in the game, trying to create something completely new and different. I don't know. I love doing that. Don't forget about that contest, the GameOn contest. I think that's just a super, super cool thing. March 12th is when that's going to be, so definitely want to be a part of that. It's an easy way to win $250. Record your game, have some fun with friends. I think it's a really fun app, honestly. And like I said, down below will be a link to all of the champions that I used in this video, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. Guys, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know it was a little bit long, but you know, sometimes you just got to bask in what you do. So thank you guys for being here, indulging me, and until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.